This is Oklahoma's own News 9.
And Cassie is back now. And, you know, I was watching those reports from our reporters. That damage is crazy, and it's from all over the state.
I know, it's pretty crazy. I mean, it started late yesterday afternoon out in the Panhandle, and then it quickly made its way across the state. Those storms are at times moving at least 65 to 70 miles an hour, so they rush through here so quickly. But yeah, here's some of the storm video from yesterday. And again, McLean, so we're starting in Texas. That's when we first started to have a lot of those spin-ups take place. We had Val and Amy Castor, Brandon Pennell, Jeremy Carter, Hank and Patty Brown, Marty Logan. They were all out yesterday, and this is one of the shots from the lowering that we had around Minko, so a tornado out there, and Val and Amy had to freeze some of their frames. This is near Newalla, and that was a tornado there, and we also had to wait for those power flashes and those lightning strikes just to see at times where those lowerings were. I mean, obviously we had radar, but the guys out on the road, can be so dangerous when you're tracking storms at night and you're just waiting for those lightning strikes and those power flashes to actually see where the actual tornado is. So very dangerous out there. And we also had Jim Gardner. He was out flying earlier this morning. So now we can finally see a lot of this damage. Just unbelievable, the amount of damage that we had all across parts of the south half of the metro. So a lot of what we're seeing right now, this is all from Norman. We had a spin up that just started south of Norman, and it started quickly rushing to the north and east. Again, it was moving at about 60 to 65 miles an hour. So fortunately, the good news is have not heard of any fatalities. There were several injuries, but at least for now, it seems like everyone survived this. But the property damage, that is very high. We've seen so much of that since earlier this morning, now that the sun is finally up and we can actually see that. This particular storm, this is from Shawnee. And so Shawnee, the damage certainly great there, but the extent of it didn't go very far. So that's some good news, at least around Shawnee. Yes, there was certainly some damage there, and we definitely still had a tornado. But man, so much damage, especially across Norman. Now let's go ahead and go to Jeremy Carter, and that's where we find Jeremy. Jeremy, you were out chasing late yesterday evening. You saw everything that happened, and now we're looking at the damage today. Go ahead and give us an update.
Yeah, so I'm in Norman at just south of Alameda, I believe, and 36th Avenue, southeast. But you can see this is a Shumway residence, and this house is actually got a concrete perimeter wall. And you can see they're beginning to clean it up. They're doing work on it. I'm on a pan here, a little to the left. It ripped all the rafters off of that main portion of the house. And, I mean, literally the inside was falling all throughout the house. And then you can look back at their neighbor's property. Just tons of people out here helping them. And thank God for that, Lacey. Cassie, back to you.
That's right, Jeremy. I mean, it was just so crazy last night, you know, just how quickly all of these storms moved through and how much damage they were able to cause. Let's go ahead and go to Links 1. I'm going to show you what's kind of going on, or what did happen. Again, the storms quickly raced across the state yesterday, and we had just a line of tornado warnings. But here's where at least all the preliminary tornadoes took place. Most of them here in central Oklahoma, but they started out west. We even had the one up near Byron and parts of Alfalfa County, and they are doing the damage surveys today. And as of right now, we've at least had EF2 damage around East Norman. And these are just some of the stronger wind gusts that moved through yesterday. And I know Val and Amy, they had at least a gust of over 100 miles an hour, about 111 miles an hour around Hobart. And some of the rainfall totals, you know, they were moving so quickly, they didn't dump a whole lot of rain, but at least we have put a little bit of a dent in the drought. Today, much quieter. Today is going to be a big cleanup day for many people. This is our National Cowboy Museum camera, part of our Lucky Star Skycam network. We're at 68 degrees. We've got a light wind out of the west-northwest. Temperatures in the upper 60s and low 70s. And central Oklahoma, lots of mid and upper 60s across the north and the far south, with that northwest wind between about 15 to as much as around 25 miles an hour. Later this afternoon, that wind will become even lighter. This storm is continuing to push across the eastern half of the United States, even some snow showers and some winter storms up around the upper Midwest. But over here in Oklahoma, things are going to be nice and quiet, at least for the next couple of days. We have a cold front that's going to move through by very early Wednesday morning, so temperatures dropping a little bit during the day. But on Thursday, here comes the next storm. We're going to be watching this one very closely. Here's the thing. Yes, there is a chance for severe weather in far southeastern Oklahoma. It doesn't look nearly as intense as this pass round that we had last night. However, on the backside of it, it's going to be colder. We could see some snow mixing in. Cooler after that for the weekend. And then as we get into the following week, temperatures do look a little milder and we don't see as many storms by the time we get past this one storm on Thursday. So today, looking for highs to climb into the low 70s. Overnight tonight under mostly clear skies, we're going to drop into the upper 30s. Tomorrow afternoon, a mix of sun and clouds back in the low 70s. By Wednesday, temperatures do drop into the low 60s, but that's still above normal. However, on Thursday afternoon, it's likely that we're going to have some rain across central Oklahoma, rain and storms in the southeast with a possibility of snow in the Panhandle, a low threat of severe storms in southeast Oklahoma. By Thursday night into Friday morning, as the storm kind of pushes off to the east, we could see some rain mixed in with areas of light snow. And then after that, we're going to be quiet for the weekend. Don't forget the Severe Weather Expo is on Saturday. The weather team's going to be out there. Hope to see you there.